Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, your boy Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, and today I want to do a teardown on this InnoTab unit from VTech. Now, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the way that this thing has been handling itself. As you can see right here, it's got a stab mark. If I press that in really hard, I can make it stretch out, I can make it go further. And man, I gotta say, as far as toys for kids goes, this thing holds up really well. Because if I get a Samsung phone that gets that, it just bleeds all the way through. And by the end of the day, you can't use your unit at all. So anyways, what I want to do here is a teardown. I want to see what's on the inside of this sucker. And before I do that, I just want to say, man, it's amazing what you can get.
See you again soon.
For a buck, for a few bucks, from a Salvation Army these days. Man, when I was a kid, we did not have nice things like this, man. If you were going for a car ride or something, you just had to look out the window and enjoy yourself. Batteries, of course. Man, this thing was still running fine even though the batteries were corroded. My goodness, corroded. Now, one pretty standard thing that manufacturers do is if they don't just use clips, they use Phillips head screws, and they like to hide them under these little round areas. Really smart, so things can't get rusted. Sometimes it's difficult to get them out, though. So this is interesting. We have a secondary battery. I guess that'll be to hold basic information on the inside, like time and date. Geez, if this battery's dead, this thing must be about 4 years old. And of course, this is a CR 2025. I don't see those ones so much. Not these days. Alright, after getting all the screws out, it's time to open her up. Have a second look, make sure I got all the screws. One sec. Okay, so now I have all the screws out. Really this time, I hope. And here's what we got on the inside. Let's get an autofocus on there. Toshiba chip. I believe that'll be memory. SD card for video. This will be the video cable. I want to see if I can get this out nicely. Gotta get used to getting these things out nicely. There we go. Yeah, everything held in by Phillips screws. Very nice. Got USB mini. Let's take this off now. Let's get this sucker off. So yeah, once again, I remember back in the day when you were lucky if you could get a Game Boy in your travels, but these days you can get all kinds of neat stuff. It doesn't take much money either, especially from secondhand stores. Man, I love secondhand stores. I know so many people who think like, oh, if you buy from secondhand stores, that means you're poor and stuff. No, it does not mean that. And actually, that's kind of a destructive way to think about it, because there's a lot of people who okay, so once you buy something from a secondhand store, where the hell are my clips? If you get something from your secondhand store, the money goes back into the community for people who need it. The poor people get the help. I swear, as soon as I turn my back, my wire cutters disappear. Well, this is an interesting kind of setup we got here. Geez, that's interesting. I wonder why they decided to do it that way. I like the design of this. Atron Tech. That'll be the touch processing unit, I bet. And that will be the... so either that's the memory, or that's the memory. And the other one will be a ROM. I do believe. But it looks like mainly that's all we got here. That's the circuit board. And then we have the buttons. Oh, I gotta tear this down. I always love to see how the buttons look. Alright, so the buttons. Oh, I love buttons. I like the way they have this set up too. These things aren't going to fall out easily. Sometimes all they do is put little domes over here and they put tape over top. It works, but I love it when they get custom stuff like this. This is real interesting. Custom buttons, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Got a little itty-bitty speaker over here. Remember back in the day, you used to get G.I. Joes that had speakers about this size. I bet this thing's a better quality than that, though. Man, I miss back in the day. You get your sweet G.I. Joes for like $3 a piece. Good times, good times. Come on. Come on. Arrgh. There we go. And then, of course, that's the screen. Not too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Not too bad. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's about it for me. That's the board. And she's apart. Yep. Man, I love taking apart Jeep tech. Anyways, that's it for me, folks. Have a good one. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.